you yourself, you openly shared this, and obviously you've spoken to groups about mental illness. What ways have you grown through this project and this process?
Well, one of the most tragic things about a mental illness is it's very hard to share what you're feeling. You're kind of trapped in your head, and the self-stigma makes it hard to express yourself, and you mainly suffer in silence. One of the things is, and this proves my point, that the performing arts creativity can help you get your voice. And I feel that I'm growing in this process, and it's helping me become the mental health warrior that I need to be.
Awesome. Jeff, so you coming in on this project, what ways have you seen Max grow through this? Go ahead.
Well, it's actually been phenomenal. He and I have kind of gone through a little working through things together, and me learning a lot more about Max as a person, a creative person, as an advocate for himself. And what I have noticed is that he has found a voice. He has been able and willing to express his thoughts and feelings about the project, what it means to him. So there's kind of two pieces to this. How strongly he feels about the project and its purpose. And when I first came on board, I knew Max was a writer and a creative person and just liked making films. I did not have the appreciation of this, how important this particular project was, until I started reading it, talking to Max more directly, and understanding the depth and the passion he has for this project. So that was the first thing. And then how strongly he feels about the story itself and how it's constructed. And he and I have had some discussions creatively about the story, and we were talking earlier today about that delicate balance between the creativity and the emotional attachment and the practical elements of producing the film. I shared an analogy. Max spoke to The Shining as an example in a recent email we exchanged, and I thought it was a very apt example where if you read The Shining, it's a phenomenal book. I think it would take a week-long miniseries to make it into any kind of a film or series. It's that deep and that thought-provoking and that evocative. And that's the way Max's mind works. Every idea he has is very deep and very detailed, and it's three-dimensional, and it's instantaneous. He sees it all with such clarity. To put that on the screen, it's more linear, so it takes a lot more to put those creative, deep thoughts onto the screen. So we've had to find a balance between that beautiful mind and creativity into a practical format that can be viewed in a reasonable amount of time. You know, The Shining, the film, was kind of dummied down into just a relatively simple horror film. Well, the book is not that at all. It's got depth and layers and all sorts of intricacies that you can't put into a 2-hour film. And Max's project, I think, is very similar. We didn't dumb it down. It's still got very deep layers, but we had to compromise and find that place where we could do it in 20 or 30 minutes without losing the nuance that Max's creativity would bring to it.
Awesome.